Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to the Adventure Incorporated podcast. I am your dungeon master. That's me. My name's Anthony Reed, which you probably already know. But hey, welcome back. Or welcome for the first time, in which case it's going to be weird. I assure you, if this is your first, maybe go back and try a few others. I want to thank the patrons at patreon.com/Adventure Inc. Without our patrons, where would we be? Well, we would be probably here still, just like, paying out of pocket, and it would hurt us a lot. We'd be real sad. But instead, the patrons help support the show. They help keep the show afloat, and we are so grateful to them. And if you're not a patron, thank a patron. Go to our Discord and say, hey, all you patrons out there, thanks, man. And they'll say, hey, yeah, I don't know what they'll say. You get to find out. That's the joy of going to our Discord, which is in the show notes, but also the joy of going to the Patreon and becoming a patron, and then you get to decide what you say to the people who thank the patrons. See what I'm saying? It's sort of like a self-fulfilling prophecy, kind of. All right, that's really all I have to say today, so let's get started. Nobles and farmers, knights and scoundrels, gather round to hear a tale of excitement and mystery. Brave adventurers facing grave dangers. Belroth, the ranger.
She's a Grimalkin, but that's understood. No pets allowed, even though she's not a pet. I will wait outside. Everyone, if anyone needs anything, I am outside.
Skarpin, the cleric.
Should I just try and snipe them from over here?
Yeah, okay. I did say they were as good as dead. I would hate for my, to break my word on our first contract as Adventure Incorporated.
Ellori, the bard.
We would want you to leave this warehouse.
He points behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Church.
Oh, sorry. We want you to leave this church.
ReedDeeran, the wizard.
He say you no worship Shattered Fang.
Yeah, man, he's super wrong. We love Shattered Fang, man.
Prepare yourselves, for these are the tales of Adventure Incorporated. It is getting close.
Are we getting started?
To
Wait,
false dawn.
Are we getting started?
No. Now we are. Let's get started.
Thank goodness.
It's okay. So it's getting close to false dawn. And the sky above, the lightning of the sky as morning makes its way over the tower where you have been. What's
Anthony,
up, Mike?
I have a question. Did
I'm
you
ready.
say false dawn?
Yeah.
What?
You don't know about false dawn?
Yeah, what is that? I thought I was the only one. And I was like, I don't know what that is, and I don't want to ask the question.
Is this lore? Is this world building? Am I supposed to have Googled? Am I supposed to have checked the world guide before I ask?
Is this like a real thing?
This is like a Boy Scout
No,
thing.
this is a human thing. In our human world. You do not know what false dawn is?
No.
All right,
Yeah,
so
it sounds fake. It's a Magic the Gathering thing. I figured out where
it's
it came
not.
from.
No, it is, but it isn't. That's not what I'm talking about.
That's the second result behind meaning.
About an hour before actual dawn comes, while the sun is not yet over the horizon in any meaningful way that you can see it, the sky begins to lighten. And you get this false dawn effect. It happens primarily in the transition seasons, spring and fall. Okay? You with me so far?
Why is that different than just dawn?
Because dawn is when the sun is visible, and that matters a lot when you're talking about vampires, which we are.
Okay. That's fair.
So I Googled it, and it says true dawn. Dawn is the time that marks the beginning of twilight before sunrise.
Okay, interesting. So not the dawn that would kill a vampire, though.
Sweet.
So like a false kind of dawn.
Yeah, I would call it a false dawn.
So not true, not like a true dawn, for example.
Right. I would say true dawn is when the sun is visible in the sky.
What about udon?
That's delicious.
All I can think of when you're talking about this is like a fucking mafia head, but like, you know, the guy who thinks he's the mafia head and he's not, and then the guy who actually is.
No, this
Godfather
is
Part 2.
great. No, great point, because that false Dawn isn't going to do shit against vampires. But the true Dawn, you know, they know what to do. They'll fall in line.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Horse heads in beds, you know.
You come to me. You're not even bringing a real Dawn.
I like Mikey being like, no, fucking double down, baby. You started, go.
I wanted to hear more of that voice.
I can't do any voices generally, and I'm also
come to
sick.
me.
Hey, Mario.
You asking some questions.
Oh my god.
Is that your
Anthony, I have a new pitch for a show.
They're just people doing Brando impressions?
Mostly it's just Mikey and Rob doing Brando impressions and us laughing at them.
Oh, God. All right. You're going to have to give me a name of that show by the end of this. Just so you know.
I feel like it's false dawns, but
Plural.
Anyway, the sky is lightening, and that time is coming shortly. And so the armies that have been made up, you know, over the course of the night, the exterior of the Mughamar area, this Brass Palace area, has been harried by these vampires. They don't strike like an army strikes. In fact, a lot of the thralls move off of the field. And as far as like the actual assault grounds, they seem pretty sparse during the night, except for these strikes against the wall from assailants that are flying, people just slaughtered both inside the walls and on the walls themselves. There is a way that they are infiltrating, although not in large numbers. And it seems like in general, there may not be a huge vampire force here, but a lot of very effective vampires that are real good at ripping people up.
Huh.
As this light has begun to change, however, the thralls have taken back to the field, and you can see the vampires, sort of coordinating with the thrall armies, and you can watch them as they now are visible amongst the field. They all stand about a foot taller than any of the thralls. They are dressed differently, and they seem to wear more like noble clothing, courtly clothing, as opposed to the thralls, who are dressed like soldiers.
I immediately cast Pass Without a Trace.
All right.
Everyone gets +10 to stealth.
How are you guys getting back out of here? Like, what's your plan for leaving the Brass Palace area?
Wait, I thought they gave us a plan to get out so that we didn't have to use the poop tunnel.
Well, you definitely don't have to use the poop tunnel. They can give you access to the walls to get out.
No,
but
they had a way to get us out and around, didn't they?
Well, Mike didn't mention it, and I forgot.
I don't recall.
I also don't recall.
Because
This is a
should
new
be
the
recording
question
session,
that
everybody.
we had was how to get back
Sorry.
in.
Okay. I'm fine with that. So that's why. So do you think you guys have like set up outside of town?
That was the plan, was to like get into the woods to see them starting to.
This is why I was asking earlier.
And we told you successfully. And you didn't listen.
Yeah, sorry. I had like only half paid attention to what was going on.
Okay. From your position in the woods, where you have set up, having removed yourself from the Brass Palace through the means successfully provided by Carapath and the others, you can see their meandering, and they are beginning to leave to the south of the Brass Palace itself. I think it's easy for you guys to use the forest as cover to get kind of in any direction, but it will mean breaking your ability to see them for a little while as you move to try and track them.
Right.
Pass without a trace will help, though. So I guess what I need is, if you're going to follow them to the south, I need survival checks from everybody at advantage.
Nice.
Hells yeah. It's the first survival check I've ever rolled.
Is it?
I think so, because I got a +8, and I don't know that I've ever used that. Been able to say that, I should say.
Are you trained in survival?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dang. 23.
17.
13.
24.
All right. Those are all very good survival checks. Well, those are all at least good survival checks.
Yep.
Glad
Glad it's party passes.
That's how we're playing, right?
You make your way back behind the walls of the Brass Palace toward the south. Get into the trees there. Tracking them is difficult because they're vampires and they are not necessarily of a singular form. But what you do see are beast tracks that seem to take an odd path for beasts, right? Usually beasts in the woods, they're on a trail that's like a game trail, or they have a specific den or an area that they scatter. These seem to like have a direct path and a plan, and it's not food. And that's what's odd about it. So, especially you, Belroth, and you, Ellori, are able to use these tracks, your knowledge of vampires or your knowledge of beasts, and combine together to negotiate this pathway and try to track it through the woods a little ways. As the first light of dawn rises up overhead, you find the trail ending as it heads into a cavern here in the woods.
I knew
Guess it was a cave. Maybe there is a portal in the cave.
man.
Could be both.
That would be everyone wins scenario.
That's true. You wouldn't have to exchange money on that bet.
Wait. What if we just blew up the cave?
Well, should we investigate it first to make sure?
Why?
I kind of don't want to go in somewhere that could have a bunch of vampires in it.
Yeah.
So I am for blowing it up.
Okay.
This is probably a stupid question, but can stone and like crushing them kill a vampire, Ellori?
Yeah, Deeran looks at Ellori.
Aww.
Well, Ellori.
It's a great question. Can stone...
Roll a nature check.
Okay, yeah, cool. I was like, I don't know. I was trying to come up with my own... Ooh, nat 20!
Whoa.
Yeah, you stop and think about it for a moment, and you realize that vampires are capable of turning to mist, their forms going incorporeal, and then shifting between, objects, solid objects, and then reforming their bodies. So it seems like probably dropping rocks on them would not kill them.
Okay, we're gonna say no.
Well, then, if they can turn to mist, then can't they just get through the blown-up cave as well?
Yeah.
Unless it's like a really densely blown-up cave.
Ooh, blow the roof off of it. And then sunlight comes in and gets them.
The roof. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, but that I do feel like we would have to go inside to make that happen.
Oh, yeah, fair. So it looks like Belroth, you get your wish. We can go investigate.
All right. Then.
All right, let's be very sneaky.
Yeah. Okay.
What, Ellori?
I'm stressed.
I mean, me
That's
too.
fair. Very fair. Good luck, everybody.
Wait, was that Steph or...
You'll never know.
Also, before we continue, how are we going to achieve that end? Like, how do you plan to blow off the roof? Like, what are you gonna do? Like
Fire? I don't know.
Is a fireball sufficient? Is several fireballs sufficient?
Deeran?
Yeah, well, that was kind of my idea for blowing up the front of the cave, was just a fireball, and maybe another fireball if I needed to. I guess blowing up the roof.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Skarpin,
Yeah?
do you have any ideas?
About blowing off the roof.
Yeah, your idea.
We could figure it out as we go. I don't know. Let's scope it out first, and then maybe it's a very thin roof and poor selection of caverns to protect themselves.
Sure.
Could be.
I don't know.
You want to bet?
Maybe their coffins are in there.
Wait, what happens if their coffins are in there, Belroth?
I feel like blowing up their. I don't know. I just have a gut feeling that blowing up their coffins would like make them die, or at least uncomfortable.
Oh, the mist. What about the mist?
But I really think sunlight's our best option.
Sure.
And getting as much sunlight into them would also require blowing up their coffins if they're in coffins. You know, because if they're all in coffins, then they probably have some sort of like sunlight protectant just on their coffins.
Yeah, it seems probably standard coffin material.
Coffin sunscreen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were we supposed to kill all the vampires in here, or just find out where they're going?
I think find out where they're going, but like also.
Well, yeah, but like if we're supposed to find out where they're going, maybe there's like explosives back at the palace that we could then take over here. You know.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, because we don't have to do this alone.
Totally.
Or at least like as ill prepared as we are now.
Right.
Anthony, how long did it take to get here?
About 15 minutes.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Yeah, let's go back to let's get everything we need.
Well, so okay, I agree that we should do that, but also I think we should just make sure inside that there's
now you
no
want to go inside?
Well, we have to scope
Well, we
it
should
out.
make
Send
sure
them mixed
there's no
signals, Deeran.
portal. The portal thing,
Yeah.
I'm back on it because of Belroth. Like it's a good
It's a
point.
great question.
And if there's a portal in there and all we're doing is just like opening sunlight to nothing, then it feels kind of, it feels like maybe we have to come up with a different
Can
plan.
we blow up a portal?
I don't know. I mean, we could.
Yeah.
Yes, Skarpin, you've blown up a portal?
No, but I feel like I could with enough explosives.
Do we have any?
You just said yes so confidently.
Oh, well, I feel like we need a little confidence in this group right now.
No, I think you're right. Well, okay, I guess we're going in.
Do we have a way to be extremely sneaky, even more sneaky than we've already been, or
I can be invisible.
boom? Well, not
Yeah, I
boom.
guess
Yeah,
I can-
don't boom. But good idea.
Yeah, no booms yet.
I could take a chance. And Deeran pulls out the wand of wonder.
I don't know. That could literally make
Yeah,
a
go for
giant
it.
alarm right now.
Well, sure, but like last time I went invisible, so
What about
know.
the time before?
I don't remember. Something happened. I did use it before.
And I don't think it was invisibility.
No, it certainly was not. Do not remember though.
But Ellery,
It's probably fine.
do you think
Yeah,
that
it's probably fine.
you being invisible by yourself, like we'll be right outside? You could just scope it out, and if you get in any sort of trouble, come back.
I don't want to do that,
I mean, Ellery,
but I certainly will.
I feel like Freya and I are particularly sneaky. It could be the three of us, you invisible, and Freya and I.
I mean, I'm definitely coming if some of us are going. Like, I'm in, if only to make sure that like Belroth isn't lying about the portal.
Why has this gone from a bet to a lie?
Well, I mean, like if you come back out and say there is a portal, but there's not one, then it's a lie,
Sure.
And then I'd lose the bet on a lie.
Okay.
And so it's still a bet and a potential lie.
Okay.
You potential liar.
It feels really great to be extremely trusted in this party.
Well, I mean, also, like, you might need somebody to cast Fireball.
But that's not why you're really
I feel like
going.
you always kind of need someone.
I mean, there's only one way to find out.
After the Spellstone thing, no one's going to trust Belroth anymore.
I didn't do anything. I did nothing. I am a victim in that. I said I'd be the responsible adult. Everyone said, shut up, nerd. And then someone gambled our money away.
Who was it?
Skarpin.
Skarpin can't hear this, but he would object to what you just said. I feel like that's not what happened.
Just on a matter of principle. Whether it's true or not,
all of us
still
are
objecting.
much more wealthy than we were prior to... Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Objecting on the grounds that it worked out for us.
Yeah. It would have been so much worse if it hadn't, as far as the trust issue.
Yes.
So, yeah, all right. Well, I don't want the 4 of you to go without me. I could help out if we get into trouble. I'm just not. Belroth, is this still working? The stealthiness?
And he tries to, like,
Yes.
sneakily go across the ground.
It should be. It lasts.
Is he making a lot of noise?
You are not. It lasts for an hour.
Oh, great.
So, and we've only been here for like 15 minutes. We've talked for about 5. I assume. I don't know.
That's generous, but I'll give it.
Yes. It is still working.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sneaky too. As long as we have to survive stuff.
Okay.
All right, let's
So
go.
what's the plan? All 5 of you are going to sneak into the cave.
Mm-hmm.
Then I guess what I need first are stealth checks.
Well, I'm gonna do first. Take a look for the invisible girl, made of flesh but quiet as air. If you're trying to catch her coming, she's not there.
So you have advantage and plus 10, Ellery. Everyone else just has plus 10.
Great.
Should I roll for Freya as well, or just assume Freya? And
Yeah. Roll for Freya.
Yeah, we both did great.
Ooh. I rolled a 19 first and then a 1 second. So that's advantage is good.
You said. Sorry.
Nope, go ahead.
You said I don't have advantage. Ellery has advantage.
Correct. You just have the plus 10.
Skarpin got a 21.
Deeran also 21.
So 23 is mine.
Okay.
Plus, no, it's, it's 19
33.
plus 10, yeah.
Sorry.
So Freya is 28. Belroth is 32.
Okay.
Did we pass?
Yeah, you all sneak up into the cave. The cave narrows significantly. It's very short, honestly. There's not a lot of space in this cave. And it narrows into a very narrow passageway that seems to take a hard left turn just a short distance into this cave. So is anyone... Who's poking their head around the corner?
I assume it would be Belroth.
Okay. Belroth, give me an investigation.
Okay. At advantage.
No.
I'm going to roll it at advantage. Just kidding. I didn't. Because I actually rolled really good. 22.
But I would have lied if I hadn't done good.
It's not a lie if it didn't happen.
You poke your head around the corner, and a breeze seems to wash over you. A breeze with a smell of salt water and swamp.
Salt. Belroth pokes his head around and then like tucks back and goes, "It smells like a salty swamp in there. All right. It feels like relevant information."
Yeah.
Well, that's all you got?
The passageway is incredibly tight, so you can squeeze through one at a time.
Yes, that's all I got.
Yeah, that's fair. Before you told me the thing about how tight the passageway was, I was a little confused, but now it totally makes sense.
Well, I just assumed because it's been getting narrower and narrower. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good, man. So do you think we're gonna get wet on this ride or what?
First of all, don't say that ever again. Second of all, yes.
I don't like roller coasters like that. Where kind of there's a portion that just gets you a little wet. You just come off and you're like, oh.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. It made me sad.
I mean, largely, I don't think it's relevant, but I'm sort of indifferent to it. I feel like you dry pretty quick, you know?
But you got wet
me too.
towards the end of the roller coaster. You don't have the roller coaster to dry you off anymore.
You have to go again.
Yeah, but the 2 hours in line for the next one.
And it's already
you drive
a hot day. And
You're right. Oh, man, I missed that.
All right, who's going first?
I feel like I should go first.
I was gonna say Ellery.
Okay, Ellery should go first.
I feel like Ellery's probably got the best chance of not getting seen.
Sure, but
Yeah.
I'm so big.
Well, then Skarpin, Ellery Skarpin, because then it will look like Skarpin's going first, because Ellery's invisible in
go.
the front.
I'll feel better about that. Yeah.
And then me, and then Deeran?
Oh,
Does that work, or do you want me to be in the back, Deeran?
No, I can wait. I can be patient.
Okay.
All right.
Pulls out a Freya snack for himself.
And then Freya will be with you as well.
Oh, sweet. And Deeran hands her a Freya snack.
Okay.
Ellery, you push your way through this narrow passageway, squeezing between the rocks, climbing, up and in a little bit when you have to try and get through. And on the other side of this narrow passageway, it opens up and you tumble out of a small crevice in a cliff face in the fields of Morevia.
Okay. Shoot. She says to herself in her brain, but not out loud.
Yeah, you've crossed a huge amount of distance in a very short period of time. Something that should have taken 2 weeks as you have walked through this cave and now find yourself overlooking the dilapidated city, not far from where you made your initial assault that ended poorly on Morevia.
If I look back, can I do a Arcana check or something to see if I can see a little shimmery portal line or...
Yes, while you roll that Arcana check, I will give you this final detail, which is that the sky is darkening. Dusk has fallen, and it is getting late in this place.
Okay. It's a 10 for an Arcana check.
Okay. Yeah, you look back, you don't see anything that denotes any kind of portal or anything like that. Nothing you would expect to see. No glow, no shimmer, nothing.
This feels very portal-y, Belroth says, without rolling an Arcana check.
I think the rest of you make your way through, you squeeze through before you also find yourselves in this same place right next to Ellery and Morevia.
Huh.
I feel like blowing it up is kind of back on the table.
Blowing it up is on the table.
I feel like eventually the mist won't be able to get through. It's mist tight, as they say, or watertight's a thing here.
Water's a thing here.
It's tight.
I don't know. Like it's like sealing.
I kept my house mist tight for a while. Don't worry.
So, Deeran wants to use an Arcana check to see if he knows any like standard portal spells that would like take time. I guess, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
Because that part seems weird. Every time he's conjured Dimension Door or used Tiny Hut, like all of those kind of extra dimensional space type things, like those don't do time passage. That's an 18.
Yes, you're right. Every spell you have ever used or heard of that has anything to do with portaling does not affect time in this way. In fact, you know of no magic that explicitly affects time in this way. And there is a flash of thought in your mind. Something about this is broken. It is like in this area, in this crevice, time and space have been broken here.
Oh.
Can I detect magic for destruction magic?
You can cast Detect Magic, yes.
That's what I'm going to do.
You are flooded with destruction magic on this crevice. It is clear that some sort of, and in fact, markings across the ground glow as well, like markings that aren't there anymore, but the magic has just been laid in. It's clear there was a very powerful ritual here, and you see 3 bright spots on the outside of this cavern that all glow with that destruction magic that you think it was a very involved ritual.
Cool. Yeah. Deeran is going to grab a stick to trace out like the symbols that he sees kind of appear in the ground around them, just so that there's like a visual representation of them as well.
Yep.
And explains that all to the group.
Yeah. Skarpin casts Detect Magic too to see what Deeran's seeing.
Yeah, you see the same thing.
So this is a portal that's broken part of space and time to allow it to travel across space and time.
Yeah, it seems like this sounds crazy, but it seems like the trade-off for this is like the distance and time, like kind of like you're making a trade of one for the other. You know,
it's almost more like they're equivalent in their. Sorry, Rob the player is like all about this right now. He's like this is fucking black holes. This is wormhole theory. Like, let's go. Sorry.
Nodog, it's magic.
Sorry, you're right.
Like
where nothing is conserved. I mean, I understand it as much as I can. This is Belroth again. I understand it as much as I can, but I
Deeran Belroth here.
Just want to make it clear. Well, it feels like Ellori. What if we blow it up, or if that doesn't work, we have Ellori make a literal impassable barrier, so that it's impossible to get through, anyways. Or like,
how would I do that?
Can't you create things of pure creation magic?
Oh, I can't. Yeah, I guess.
I know that's very taxing, so I don't know if maybe that's not the best solution.
No, I'd be willing to do it if it would work. I just don't. It wouldn't last for. I don't know how. If it would last for as long as we need it to. Because it only lasts kind of a short amount of time if we want to be sure that,
Understood. Got it.
Deeran, these concentrated areas over here, does it seem like it can be disrupted and maybe we can get rid of this gate?
Mikesy, you can roll an Arcana check about that. I mean, you're on a good thought. You're looking at the same markings with your detect magic, so just roll an Arcana check.
He's just so bad at it. 9.
Oh, I see. Yeah, he's pretty bad at it.
He's not sure. This is why he's asking the question.
He could survive those
Right.
magical points if you wanted.
Sure. Okay. So you convey that then to Deeran, and I'll let Deeran tell you what he wants to say.
So, like, I was thinking kind of something similar around, like, what is... Like, with these deep magics, the way that I understand them to work is that it's not so much like, oh, just disrupt the symbol or whatever. But, like, and fuck, Deeran gets an 11 on his Arcana check.
Well, I will say from what you were looking at before, and with your 11, these don't look like sources. They look like scars.
Okay.
Oh.
And so, yeah, like, it doesn't feel like it feels like proof it's happened. You know what I mean? Not like a continually affecting thing.
I see.
So, like, I guess, you know, you could, like, try and heal the scars, but I don't know.
Oh, and healing would be good because it keeps us more on track for not destruction.
Sure. So instead of destroying and blowing up the cave, we heal the wound in space-time.
I wish we could accelerate it almost so that it transports them into the daylight. That'd be cool.
In one of my, like, you know how we all had those, like, visions or whatever.
Yeah.
Archimedes showed me a ball of pure shadow magic.
Whoa.
I wish there were a way to get one of those, either of creation or, like, I mean, they say Fey magic changes, right? And so, like, if we could use Fey magic to just change this portal and transform it into something else.
Oh. That's a...
You know, because, like, creation could heal the thing, but, if we could turn it from a way for them to get places to a way for them to be...
indirect sunlight.
Right, yeah, exactly. Like, catch them off guard by just dumping them out in the middle of the, you know, the field during the day or whatever.
Well, who do we know that has access to either of those?
I mean, Archimedes.
Fucking Silverblade, yeah.
Yeah. He hooked us up with her, got us to meet Lanier, so he's got to know something about the Fae.
Well,
But he wasn't at the castle as far as I know.
Yeah, where is that guy? That feels like, I guess his brother's kind of more on that front, you know? And so it makes sense.
I'm trying to think that Faye...
What's up, Ellery?
Oh, I'm just trying to, like... Belroth said the thing about me being able to create it. And this feels like something tangible that I could create, that we could use within the time that it's, you know, still there for me. But I don't know if I could do creation, but I don't know if I could do Fae.
Well, what if instead you create... You create a leak in the portal and they get dumped into the astral plane. That feels like it would solve a lot of problems.
But it wouldn't last.
I know.
That's the problem with me creating anything for the portal that's not like something that we would use while we're here.
Well, I mean, think of it this way then. If we're trying to heal the scars of this portal, when you heal a wound, the bandage isn't there forever. If we are putting something on there as a way to let this heal, then it heals and then it goes away. That's less bad.
Yeah, Belroth, if you've got like a 5-inch gash in your leg and I put a Band-Aid on it for an hour, I don't think it's going to heal completely. But I do appreciate. No, I appreciate.
I'm no doctor.
I appreciate what you're trying to say. And yes, I am no healer, but that seems temporary still.
I also wonder about the nature of creation and destruction. And once something is destroyed, I wonder if creation it can be used to heal something like that, or it can just be used to recreate something or to create something. I don't know that it can negate what the destruction has done.
Yes, my guess is that creation doesn't necessarily heal; it makes something new. So, if a priceless artifact was destroyed, then you can make a priceless artifact that is identical in every way, but is it the same priceless artifact? Like a ship of some kind, like in a bottle.
even a boat.
Anthony, remind me. The standing stones outside of Morevia, they're not super far from where we are, right?
The standing stones outside of Morevia.
Let me see if I have those written down.
I think the closest to Morevia would be the Wolf's Eye Lake.
Okay,
which is
so that
about
is
2
pretty
weeks.
far.
Yeah.
All right. Because I was gonna say, on the plus side, we're dumped off pretty close, but sounds like we're not. All right. God, I almost hate to even suggest that we just like get back in the portal and squeeze back and go like back to the palace.
I mean, I feel like we've gotten good information. We know the portal's here. If we could do like, I don't know.
I guess I have an idea. I don't necessarily know how to achieve it, but our goal is to trap these vampires away from this portal.
Yes.
What if we seal it while they're out and attacking? What if we...
Well, that would be the right thing, because then they would be stuck where it is daylight. Obviously, we don't want to trap them here where they can control whether it's night or not, right?
Yes. So I think... Well, I don't think they control...
I don't think they control the nighttime around Morevia. I think it just... The portal takes them into a situation where they're, like, still safe here.
Yeah. Time passed in a way that...
Oh, so if they were trapped here, it would eventually become day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I was misunderstanding. That magic's too complicated for me. I just want to sing my little songs and not think about the mechanics behind it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like the mechanics behind your songs are, like, super interesting, and I would love to, like, understand more about it.
I sing the song and the magic happens.
Sure. And it's got to come from somewhere.
It's got to, but I'm not asking
is this
questions.
what it feels like all the time?
What do you mean?
Like, every time I, like, say a dumb thing and you get, like, exasperated?
I don't... Why?
Deeran, are you saying that I'm saying a dumb thing?
Yeah, why are you saying that Ellori's saying a dumb thing?
Don't you turn this around on me, Belroth. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Whoa.
I feel like we're back to blowing it up. But
I do feel like we're back to blowing it up.
I feel like we could blow it up enough where when they're out coming back to the cave, we could, seal it somehow.
Full dark has come about.
We need to go.
The stars twinkling in the sky above.
We at least need to hide.
Yeah, let's head back.
Okay.
I kind of want to see him use it on this side.
Okay.
Like, what if they do something to activate it, or like, what if there's more we can learn here?
There probably is. You're right. It'll be very, very dangerous.
Is there like a hiding place?
Yeah.
That we can get into?
Yeah. And you're still within pass without a trace, barely.
I can re-up it. I feel like I need to, so I will.
Well, hold off on it until we need it.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't. You still. I'm pointedly. You are still under the effects of pass without a trace.
Interesting. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. It would be really interesting to see what happens if we go back, if the time is the same there. I don't know.
Oh, like the
timelines are shifted, not that we traveled in time. Like
okay.
Like there's like a kink. It's a fold.
A wrinkle, perhaps?
I wouldn't go that far, but I think that's an excellent descriptor.
No, but great job.
I mean, I honestly don't know. You're probably even closer than I. Some sort of langle that you're striking is really good. That was a stretch. That was a bit of a stretch.
Yep.
Should we hide here, or should we go through and hide on the other side?
Well, if you think you can, I feel like I don't understand the mechanisms behind this. You seem to understand a little bit more. So if you think we could learn something useful, then I trust that, and I like learning things. So yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
So what are you doing?
We're going to that hiding space that you said existed.
Yeah, we're hanging out on this side.
Okay. So you
yeah, we're gonna try and watch the vampires go through on this side to see what it looks like when they do that.
Okay. You hide behind a couple of rocks, a little outcropping here nearby. Go ahead and make stealth checks.
Still with +10 or no?
Yes.
Should we, before we go hide, should we hide in a hut? I could do Lehman's tiny hut, and we could just crack the door just a little bit so that we could peek out.
Wouldn't they notice a hut, like a new hut?
Yeah, I feel like they would notice
outside the door.
If a hut just appeared.
Is that how that works? I've never seen it.
Well, no, I mean it looks like this. And Deeran casts it.
What does it look like?
Yeah, your hut appears.
Well, I thought the way it works is that it's just like a door into extra dimensional space or whatever.
I don't know. You tell me. You've got the
closes.
spell. I don't know the spell.
Well, it just looks like a door.
Huh.
So it doesn't. It says it's transparent. You control the the dome is opaque from the outside, transparent from inside. Never mind. Yeah. That is not what I want to do.
Deeran gets on the inside and thinks it's clear.
No, that's very obvious, Deeran.
No, you're right. Terrible idea. I've never cast it inside something before. I always cast it so that it's part of the, building or whatever.
Sure.
Bad idea.
It's okay.
It was a good idea.
I like the idea.
Well,
It turned out being a bad idea, but we don't have to do
That's
it.
an interesting illusion spell.
it's actually evocation.
Why?
Well, because I've evoked.
Wouldn't that be
This hut.
conjuration? You're conjuring a hut.
Well, it's not like a real hut. It's like the
Skarpin
idea
has
of a
16.
hut. No. We don't have time for this. We gotta hide.
Go ahead and roll me your hide checks.
I looked up the spell and I saw evocation. I was like, I'm gonna pick a fight.
24.
This is some bullshit.
Yeah, honestly, it's garbage, and I hate that I have to defend it. 26.
Freya rolled 30 and Belroth rolled 27. Or sorry, 26.
Okay.
She's killing it.
Wonderful. So you're all hiding behind this area. Night continues forward. And it's dark enough now that you start to realize, like, if this, like, compared to how you were last night or whenever that was, the city would already be under attack by now in the darkness. And as you're waiting here, the lights in Morevia, the castle, the palace itself, the ancient ruins of the palace that is sinking into the swamp, they begin to glow. And a haunting music escapes from the ruins. Not ominous, but almost inviting.
Enticing, yeah.
Ellery, where are you going?
Oh, sorry, I heard that music and it's so beautiful.
Haunting.
It just makes you want to
You got to stay
go
hidden.
to it.
No,
I know. Thank you for pulling me back.
I don't know why you look like that, but you're welcome.
Do you think we're just like in opposite times of like, do you think they're gonna leave
Like as
the castle
Yeah.
at like false dawn?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think that the timeline has split in a way that now they get to exist in both in darkness eternally, essentially, because they folded it in a way, the timeline, that they can just skip day by going to the other
Anthony,
place.
From my extensive knowledge of vampires, do they need to sleep?
No, vampires don't need to sleep if they manage to never have a day phase.
Okay.
They
and
sleep
they don't
bec-
even need to sleep.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my guess would be that like they're gonna come out here.
It sounds like they're partying right
hours.
now.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking. Is like maybe there's a chance to like go spy on them a little bit and see what's going on.
That feels extra dangerous.
Okay, but I do want to go to this vampire party. I know that they're. I know. I know. I get it. I know that we're not supposed to, but you can't tell me you all don't want to a little bit.
I can and I will. I don't.
Yeah, but do you mean it?
Yes.
Or are you just saying it to prove that you can?
There are enemies. Remember, there are enemies.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I remember, but like, also, listen.
Like that's pretty. You know, like don't you feel moved by this music?
Yes, I feel moved, like I want to move back home. That's how I'm moved.
Skarpin?
It just seems like such. We had our initial plan. We were just going to stay outside the cave and blow it up. And then next thing, Ellery's, oh, maybe we'll go in. So we go in a little bit. And then it said, oh, maybe we'll go through the portal. Oh, then maybe
on.
we'll watch
Yeah,
them
that
from
wasn't-
this side.
That wasn't. I didn't say let's
yeah,
go in.
That wasn't Ellery's fault. That was my fault.
Just try to go to I don't know.
At least this one's Ellery's fault, trying to go into the vampire party.
Yeah, maybe.
But
I'm
the other
just
one was
kinda
definitely my
bummed
fault.
out. Yeah. Well, both of you.
Yeah, it seems like it's a you guys problem.
Listen, I think it's important to note that I
What, Ellery? You
I
can
don't
say it
know.
where you're among friends.
I like that I'm a little bit of a vampire and I want to see what their parties are like.
But you don't want to be a vampire. You're a
No, but I'm a little
vampire.
bit of one anyway.
True.
You don't want to be a corpse in, and that doesn't change that for you.
That's true. I do. I did want to go see them.
And to be fair, you know what a corpse and party's like.
I don't know that I should have though. But
Well, maybe that's valuable information to share as a friend instead of, being mad at me for wanting to.
I don't think I'm personally mad that you want to. I think it's a bad idea because it's dangerous and you might become a full vampire and I might become dead.
Well, you'd probably, if I became a full vampire, they'd probably turn you into a full vampire too, you know?
No, they'd probably eat me.
That's how you become a full vampire.
Not if they keep eating.
Well, I don't think they would do that.
Like all is blood.
Remember, Nosferatu was like, I want to turn everyone into vampires?
Isn't that like...
That's like his whole thing.
Yeah, but then you told him, no, don't use some of them just for food.
That's not what I said.
That's what he took.
No, you don't know that.
But that was also practice.
I feel like I'm getting blamed a lot for a lot right now.
Well, it wasn't real Nosferatu.
Okay, but then don't blame me for him wanting to eat Belroth.
I feel like we're...
Yeah, Belroth, jeez.
It's not my fault that I'm tasty.
Nope.
Look, I don't know what to do here, and it makes me scared not to know.
My question is, here's my question. What good information are we going to get from them partying? Are we going to get information that we can use against them, or are we getting information that's just like, they look hot and are having fun? Like, is that...
Well...
Hot?
I imagine. There are vampires.
Yeah, I imagine so too.
Like,
Really?
I also imagine so.
this is why Ellori wants to go. Everyone knows why.
Wow. Okay. Well, I hadn't actually considered it till you put words to it.
It's an even worse idea now. We don't need to be distracted like that.
Yeah, now that you've said it, it does sound like a worse idea if that's the only reason is to
No,
like,
it's not
see
the
hot
only
people
reason.
partying. Well, what else
Yeah,
is
what
there?
is the other...
Well, maybe we can get some information, like everyone keeps saying.
Yeah, but like, about what?
Them. Their weaknesses. Maybe when they party, they show that they like, the hooch a little too much, and then we can use that against them.
Wait, if they're all partying though? Like
yeah, their defenses are down.
Yeah, that actually might be beneficial, right?
Oh my gosh, finally someone's listening to me.
I don't think
like,
that
I don't think we should go to the party, but I think we might be able to get, anything from Morevia. Anthony, remind me.
Yeah.
Old Morevia.
Yeah.
It's not just a ruin, right? It used to be a real city before, like, we were fighting in a real city.
Yeah, the palace is a ruin. The area around the palace is, I would say, seen better times, but there were people there were people doing stuff here not too long ago. And yeah, now, yeah.
And so there's a chance that there could be like explosives and like things that we might need, right?
Sure, there's a chance.
Are we going to look for
Has this become a heist? We're going to sneak into the vampire party and steal explosives.
We're not going to go to the party. We're going to go to the town while they're partying.
Well, no, let's not be hasty.
There's no reason to yell at me.
This heist situation is a little
you know
more
what?
interesting.
I think that's a good compromise. We're not going to the vampire party, but we're having a heist. Instead, we're not going home. We're not going to the vampire party, but somewhere in the middle is heist.
I could get on board with that, yeah.
I feel like that's a reasonable compromise.
So when Belroth says it, it's fine, but when I want to go, it's not.
We're not going. We're still not.
We're still not going to the vampire party.
All I'm saying is that we wouldn't even be having this conversation if Skarpin hadn't assumed that I was going out to find the music and just put that on me.
Isn't
where
that what
were
happened?
you going
Didn't
then,
I ask
Ellori?
you to not go?
I had barely even moved. I was brushing my hair back.
Oh, I mistook you standing up and walking outside of the rock. My apologies.
Yeah, that's our fault.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I misinterpret.
Usually,
yeah.
Usually you brush your hair a lot more subtly.
Yeah, and usually you directly say the thing that you're intending to do, and that's how other people know that that's what you're intending to do.
I mean, in this game, yes.
It seems useful in our adventures together, yeah.
Why were you so specific about how I live my life?
So let's look around for some explosives on our way to look at the vampire party.
Hey everyone, DM Anthony here, just reminding you that if you're enjoying the show, tell your friends, tell your family, let people know, word of mouth, and you can support the show at patreon.com/adventureinc, or you can check out the shop at adventureincpod.com/shop. Make sure you check the show notes and the website for all our social media, including our Discord, where you can come and hang out with some great people. We'll see you there. And until next week, I wish you nothing but critical success. Serious business.